Investigators are looking for the cause of a huge fire at one of the world's tallest residential buildings. Flames engulfed part of the Torch Tower in Dubai overnight, sending flaming debris to the ground. Officials said the building's residents were evacuated and no injuries were reported.
Hey, very good Friday morning, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. Kyle Bosch here with Lisa Bedeau as we get started with nonstop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour. And we do start with some breaking news for you this morning. Grand Forks police are investigating an overnight robbery. Investigators tell Valley News Live it happened around 4:30 this morning at the Spring Hill Inn. That's on the 2800 block of 42nd Street South.
Police tell us they don't have other details to release. They are still gathering more information. Be sure to stay with Valley News Live for updates on this breaking story.
Also breaking for you overnight, a man is facing charges of driving with no insurance, a revoked license, and fictitious use of license plates after a crash in the Southern Valley. The Richland County Sheriff's Office says 37-year-old Edwin White Eagle of Sisseton, South Dakota, crashed his car in a ditch along Highway 11 near Hankinson just before midnight.
He was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. His 14-year-old daughter was not hurt. Police are investigating what caused White Eagle to lose control of his vehicle. Developing this morning, President Trump starts his day at the White House and ends the day on vacation in New Jersey. The president heads to his golf club as the federal investigation into ties between Russia and the Trump campaign ramps up.
Special counsel Robert Mueller is now using a grand jury to advance his federal probe. Reuters is reporting that the panel has already issued subpoenas in connection with the June 2016 meeting between Donald Trump Jr., a Russian lawyer, and others. Now, President Trump criticized the investigation again at a rally last night in West Virginia, saying there were no Russians working in his campaign.
Coming up on 6:51, time for a check of weather and traffic on the ones, and we start with Lisa Green on a very cool start to our day.
Goodness, it is. It's in the 40s in the valley, so a jacket might be required this morning. If you don't like those numbers, you'll shed it later. As you can see here, by the afternoon, we'll be back into the 70s, even getting close to 80 degrees here in Fargo, with mostly sunny skies. A few more clouds in the afternoon in the Southern Valley. Northern Valley may even see a couple of raindrops up along the Canadian border. But a good start today. Wind light and less than 10 miles per hour. It's just a little cool. 46 degrees in Fargo, or Valley City rather, Langdon and in Wahpeton. It's 48 in Fargo, and in Crookston and Grand Forks is at 49. So a lot of 40s, a lot of us running about 10 degrees cooler than our average lows we would expect this time of year. So feeling the chill here a little bit. Wind less than 10 miles per hour, as I mentioned, and we've got a lot of calm reports coming in as well, with good visibility across the region. We've got some clear skies, a few clouds in the east, but mainly this is looking like a good start to the day here in the Red River Valley and beyond into the rest of the Dakotas. And over to Minnesota, we just have a few more clouds hanging around Duluth and up toward the North Shore as well, with some showers there. Taking a look at our weekend forecast today, into the 70s this weekend, more of the same. It's going to be one of those stretches where we end up with a little bit of cloud cover in the afternoons. Also, those hit and miss showers that you get with sometimes with daytime heating. We'll see that happening both Saturday afternoon and into Sunday. Saturday, a little bit more isolated and widely scattered. Sunday, we'll see a better bet for that rain coming up later in the afternoon and evening hours. Temperatures, as a result, maybe not quite getting to 80, but we'll still see some upper 70s. So really quite a pleasant weekend, especially in those mornings coming up this weekend. Checking out your hour-by-hour planner for today. Mostly sunny, beautiful for the first half. And again, those isolated showers along the Canadian border later on. So basically nice all day long. Evening plans look pretty good. We've got some 70s and eventually dipping into the low 60s. Let's check it now with Al.
Well, Lisa, it certainly is a pleasant morning that we have going. Our commute is looking pretty good this morning as well. I'm on Interstate 94, again, just cleared the tri-level. Traffic on Interstate 29, northbound I-29 is actually really quite busy this morning. It tends to be busier than southbound I-29, but it's really busy this morning, busier than normal. Out here on Interstate 94, westbound I-94 is fairly active, but I don't think it's as busy as I-29 is at this particular point. Speaking of I-29, quick reminder for you, Northbound Interstate 29 is going to be shut down at 9 o'clock tonight. It's going to be shut down till 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Again, that's northbound Interstate 29 at 32nd Avenue. That's where they're doing that, widening that bridge there. Also, on westbound Interstate 94, we have a stalled or stopped vehicle out here. Westbound I-94, just on the west side of the Red River Bridge. It's a white Yukon or Tahoe. Make sure you're looking out for that. No lights, no flashers. Drive carefully today and always. Willamette Valley Today traffic.
6:53 now. North Dakota's Fraternal Order of Police is now publicly supporting a Fargo police officer who's facing possible termination for allegedly being dishonest. There's also an online petition that's collecting signatures supporting David Belkey.
In a release statement yesterday, the police group president says Belkey is a man of exceptional character and trustworthiness. Police officials are not releasing details on the case because it's an open investigation. The National Transportation Safety Board is focusing its investigation of the explosion at a Minneapolis school on a gas meter move that was going on just before the blast.
The Wednesday morning explosion killed 2 employees at Minnehaha Academy. Several others were hurt, including a coach who suffered traumatic injuries. As school officials mourn, they're also trying to make decisions about what to do about the start of the school year, which is coming up in just a few weeks. A Fergus Falls woman remains in critical condition this morning, 4 days after being hit by a suspected distracted driver in Anoka County in the Twin Cities. Laura Soto was flagging traffic for a road construction zone in East Bethel when she was struck by that car.
Her fiance says Soto is in critical condition and unresponsive. Ryan Berg stays by her side in the trauma center, but also manages to take care of the couple's 7-week-old son. Sheriff's officials say a 19-year-old driver told investigators she was checking a notification on her phone when the crash happened. She could face charges, but police are still investigating. Fargo police say they believe fireworks were the source of a loud bang on Tuesday that prompted a 5-hour-long standoff. A woman had called police for help, saying she'd been hit with a dresser drawer and knocked unconscious. Then she had to escape through a window of the home on 8th Avenue North.
Now, as officers went into that house to arrest the suspect for an outstanding warrant, they heard a loud bang from behind a locked door. Thinking it was a gunshot, they retreated and brought in the Red River Valley SWAT team, which locked down part of that neighborhood for 5 hours. In the end, 23-year-old Tate Smith Nerline surrendered to officers without incident. A search of the house later turned up several fireworks. Well, during the latest speed enforcement push in the state of Minnesota, a 21-year-old Kindred man was arrested for leading police on a chase that hit 155 miles per hour. Clay County deputies responded to that chase involving 2 motorcycles. They ended up losing sight of the bikes for a brief time, but soon located them again.
The chase continued in Moorhead, where one of the bikes pulled over off of Main Avenue. That's when police arrested Dustin Galbraith. Police approached Galbraith with guns drawn and say he resisted arrest. He's now facing a felony charge of fleeing a peace officer in a motor vehicle. Well,
there's likely going to be a lot of traffic in North Fargo today. Not just WeFest going on, but also a big Bruno Mars concert. And the Fargo Dome wants you to be aware of the best ways to get there.
If you're heading to the Dome on I-29 northbound, they'd like you to use the 12th Avenue North exit and head to 18th Street. If you're taking I-29 south, you can use the 19th Avenue North exit. For in-town traffic, use 10th Street to enter 17th or 19th Avenues.
Now, police say if you're doing a drop-off, that should take place on the east side of the Fargo Dome at the main entrance. And when you're returning for pickups, you're encouraged to wait until most of the cars have cleared the parking lot. Doors for the Bruno Mars concert open at 6:30 tonight. Well, speaking of concerts, it's one of the biggest events of its kind in the country. And once again, thousands of people are enjoying the music, food, and camping at WeFest.
Joining us live from Detroit Lakes, from the Sioux Pass Ranch, is the Valley Today's Christy Larson. It looks like they're already getting ready for another day of fun.
Yeah, that's right, you guys. You know, they had a lot of people out here for Lady Antebellum last night, but now even more people are going to be piling in here, getting these brochures, their guide to WeFest, and then they're going to be enjoying a whole bunch of artists that are going to be out here tonight and tomorrow night. Now, we've been watching people slowly waking up this morning, a lot of people on the grounds getting some of the garbage cleaned up, getting some of the chairs put back into their areas where they're supposed to be, and of course the stage crew too, getting those stages set up. You know, we've been on that stage before. in years past, even been up in the scaffolding, and right now that's what they're doing. They're getting lights set up, they're getting equipment unpacked from semi-trailers and getting things ready to go because they only have even more bands playing tonight. You know, Zach Brown Band's going to be drawing in a huge crowd of people along with the Eli Young Band, Logan Brill, but then tomorrow night is really when people are going to enjoy Randy Hauser, Brett Eldridge, and then of course Luke Bryan tomorrow night to end things here at WeFest. Few reminders for people in the area of Detroit Lakes, whether you're out here for those concerts that are going to be going on at WeFest, or if you're going to be in the area just going to the lakes, enjoying yourself. Highway 10 and US 59, there is some of that construction around that area, so you're going to have to be prepared for that. But guys, I think people will sit in traffic to come out for these concerts here today.
Definitely worth the wait. Some great artists this year for sure.
35 years of WeFest. It's hard to believe. And you know, I have a friend that's been there 25 years in a row, but you know there are people that have been there all 35.
Yeah, every year.
So.
That's crazy. Christy Larson reporting live from Sioux Pass Ranch. Thank you. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 60% of men say they get turned off when they see a woman do what?
The answer, take a selfie.
You've got to do it privately, I guess.
You can take part in our question of the morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page, where of course we invite you to join the conversation throughout the day.
Well, today we've got beautiful weather coming up, but it is pretty chilly out there this morning for us. Temperatures are in the 40s in a lot of spots. We're back up to 50 now in Fargo, but it's only 45 in Boston. We've got lots of sun on the way, though, with temperatures working their way to the upper 70s in Fargo.
The Today Show on CBS This Morning just about to get started, but the Valley Today rolls on. Flip on over and join us right now on the Fargo CW.